Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, am I manly enough? Well, in this video, we explore what that actually means and how you can overcome it. Welcome to The Mailman, where I'm focused on breaking the stigma around male body image issues and the mental health impact it can have on you. Welcome back. Wow, I am sweaty. Didn't realise. I'm still running. Part of my mission is to get healthier and fitter. If the weight comes off, then that's great, but I just want to live longer. But yeah, so anyway, the focus of the video, are you manly enough? I think the first question is, what does that even mean? The sort of history behind it, I guess, is all kind of linked to alpha males. Are you that kind of character? You know, you're a fighter, you're a provider, you're someone people admire and look up to, you're the guy that everyone wants to be. I definitely wasn't that. I'm the guy that I still don't want to be myself. So it's a really hard question because it's really not really what you do, what you think about yourself. It's more what other people think about you, and you can't really control that. And if you ask kids, who's the most manliest alpha male you know, they're probably going to say someone like Andrew Tate. And yeah, I just don't think that's a good example. The type of alpha male role model that you really need to have your kids looking at or focusing on, because it can lead down a really dangerous path. So what are the other things we look at when we define the word manly? Built, in good shape, someone polished, refined, good looking, someone that gets attention, perhaps they're in a certain type of career, they hit the gym, they are a little bit sort of rough around the edges, have a beard, kind of like a Viking sort of look. The problem, if you're using all of those individual features to form your image of what a manly man looks like, you're just gonna fail, because you can't expect to look like a Viking. And then it's going to impact your mental health, because you are instantly going to think, I don't look like that, and so I'm less of a man. Or I don't look like that, and I'm not going to hang around with the people that I really want to hang around with because they're not going to accept me. Or I'm not going to be attractive to girls because they want a manly man. However, if you're confident in yourself, you're confident with the way you look, however you look, you will attract the right type of people. You don't want to attract arseholes. You don't want to attract dickheads. You want to attract the people that care for you, that want to be with you, spend time with you. And if it's to do with girls, you want to attract a girl that finds you attractive and likes you for the way you look. Not because you're forcing yourself to look like someone else who you think is their ideal person. Through years of this, I always considered myself just an overweight brown child with no prospects. I had very few friends in primary school. I had more friends in secondary school, but ultimately I just never considered myself as someone desirable for other people to want to hang out with. I was always the one wanting to hang out with other people. I still suffer from this even now. I'll sometimes look at people in group settings and I think, why aren't they wanting to talk to me? You know, what makes me so unappealing to talk to? However, I genuinely think it's all about confidence. And yes, I did change my shirt because I was drenched. Because ultimately, if you walk into a room feeling confident, or you're walking about and you're feeling good about yourself, that's what other people are going to see. That's the vibe they're going to get from you. But I'm a sufferer of this as well. If you walk into a room and you're not feeling confident, or you've got a really low self-worth about yourself, that's what other people are going to pick up on, and they may not feel drawn to you, or they may not feel, wow, this is someone I need to talk to. So how do you address that, really? And that kind of boils back down to just really valuing yourself, having that self-worth, feeling confident about yourself and how you look. And ultimately, you can look however you want and still feel that, because there are plenty of people out there that look a certain way and they feel great. They still walk around with their head held high. They walk around with that confidence that kind of oozes from them. Yeah, I would love that, but I'm still working on that. And I think if other people can do it, why can't I? Why can't you? The sooner you realize that we are all different, we're built different, we come from different backgrounds. However, you're still just as valid as the next person, someone that you may admire to be like. So what? You are still your own person, and that is all that matters. That is enough for you to have some self-worth about yourself, to feel confident, to feel like you belong somewhere. Because I can honestly say these were all things that I worried about massively throughout my life to date. But has it impacted me in terms of where I've got to in my career or what I've achieved in life? Probably not. You know, I have a family, I have kids, I have a beautiful wife, I have a career, I have a house, I have a car. It doesn't really matter how I look. I still achieved all of those things. And I feel like if you're feeling that you need to look a certain way in order to get all of those same things, you've got to wake up, honestly. And, you know, I might sound like I've got it all fixed and I'm cured in my head, but I'm honestly not. You know, I'm working on this myself daily and trying to talk to you guys in a way of talking to myself, because I'm by no means the final product. But I honestly think that you just need to just feel a bit more value towards yourself. You know, what do you offer? You offer something that someone else in this world doesn't offer. The sooner you realize you are your own person, the better you will feel, the more confident you will feel, the more self-worth you will feel. It doesn't matter what other people look like. It doesn't matter what they're telling you is the right way to look, because there is no right way to look. If you want to do something for yourself, do it. If you think, you know what, I'm going to lose a bit of weight, do it. But don't feel that it's some form of acceptance that you need to change the way you look in order to fit into a type of friends group or a specific circle. Because I guarantee that if you have that confidence, people will probably want to be like you. They'll be kind of feeling, you know what, this guy carries himself so well. I want to be like that. I've gone through years of feeling not manly enough, not alpha enough. But honestly, the times where I felt my most alpha or my most manly had honestly been the times where I just disregard what people think of me. I try to put it aside, any kind of judgment or thought process around what are they thinking of me as I walk past. I was in the gym earlier doing my running and I was wearing that hoodie like I normally wear because I was too kind of scared and shy to just, you know, wear a t-shirt. But I got to a point where I actually was just drenched and sweaty and hot. And I thought I couldn't do this. There was one older gentleman in the gym and I just thought, you know what, fuck it. I took my hoodie off and I just ran with a t-shirt on. And it sounds bizarre, you know, talking about it out loud, and you might think, bro, why are you complaining about wearing a t-shirt and running? That's what normal people do. Honestly, it just felt amazing because I just didn't care what he thought about me or what other people walking past me were thinking. I just did it for me because I was so hot. I just needed to cool down. But yeah, if you can kind of take that approach to life, you'll be in a way better place. I wish I did this years ago. I wish I just disregarded what other people are potentially saying or not saying about me and just did stuff for me. Anyway, if this topic has resonated with you or has hit you somewhere where you feel, you know what, I can relate to this, let me know. Drop a comment in. But as always, I need your support. Like, subscribe to the channel. Share this with other people who you feel might be suffering in silence, who you feel might need to hear this kind of chat because it might be relevant to them. It might be relevant to their kids. You know, this is a topic, this is a problem that I've experienced from a young age. And now I'm, 38 and I'm still going through this. So whoever this reaches, please do share, try and subscribe, like, do whatever you can. But the only way this is really going to make a difference is to really get the message out there. But I appreciate you watching. Thanks very much. And I'll see you on the next one.